All right, hello guys, how's it going? We should be getting some viewers in right now. I'm going to go ahead and look on my phone from the YouTube app, so I'm going to go ahead and join the live stream as well here. Let's see here. We have 9 viewers right now. Sweet. All right, how's it going, guys? I'm in the comment section on my phone, so you're not going to see me pan over to the comment section, but I am looking at the comments. The focus area for today's video is going to be right in here near Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, maybe Illinois a little bit later. You can see they have this really bad line of thunderstorms. Also, I'm going to go ahead and turn national radar on just for a second so we can see what's going on. There's some thunderstorms starting up in Montana, and these are going to lead to some severe thunderstorms possibly as well. So that's kind of what we're dealing with as of right now. Again, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa. Even got some stuff popping up in Ohio and closer to the East Coast. I saw there was a severe thunderstorm warning in Maine earlier, so there's a lot going on today. Also, Southeast getting some thunderstorms in here, so it should be quite an active day. I'm going to go ahead and turn all the warnings on here, so we'll be able to see where the worst thunderstorms are. You can see we have a severe thunderstorm warning already here for Montana, so we're going to take a look at this cell real quick. If I sound a little bit weird in today's stream, my lip is kind of has a cut on the inside of it, so I have like this oral numbing stuff that I'm going to keep trying to put on so I can talk, but my teeth keep scraping against it and it hurts really bad. So all right, let's go ahead and switch radars here and show sites so we can switch. Where's the closest one? All right. So we're pretty much in the middle of nowhere. Is there one down here? Yeah. All right. We should be able to see it from there. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh my comment thing. They kind of paused for a second there. All right, we got 44 viewers. What's going on, guys? Thanks for joining the stream today. Yeah, well, this is not working, so I'm just going to go back to where I was. Well, let me turn on national radar again for a second, just so we can see at least while this is loading. When is the next chance for thunderstorms in, there you go, in Philadelphia? Well, let's see. Possibly later today. We have these cells over here heading this way, so you could get a thunderstorm in the next 2 days, possibly. Again, here's our cell that's severe warned. We'll go ahead and switch to velocity so we can see the wind. See, those lighter shades are higher winds going on. So there's lighter greens and lighter reds. That's higher winds for the most part. We'll also go ahead and look at hail. Hold on, let me turn this off. So not a lot in the ways of hail, unless it just isn't loading. I can never tell with this. Yeah, I think it's just not loading at this point. So, which is always aggravating, but once it gets a little bit more established, it'll do better. I do have the new computer, so it is running quite a bit better right now. Let me read some of these comments real quick. Let me turn my brightness up. All right. How about Oklahoma? Well, we'll take a look at Oklahoma. Yeah, not much going on as of right now in Oklahoma, but south of you in San Antonio and Houston, we're having some thunderstorms going on, as well as Birmingham and a little bit north of Jackson. There we are having some thunderstorms going on. A lot of thunderstorms as I zoom out to like a national scale. There's stuff going on all over the place, but the main two focus areas is Montana and going to be over here in Wisconsin, Iowa, and Minnesota. That's what's going to be going on mostly today. Let's see. How's Louisiana looking? Well, Louisiana, we're going to possibly be seeing these thunderstorms try to move into Louisiana at some point, but you can see south of Lake Charles here, so we have some little cells popping up. So there is some thunderstorms in the area. Let me look at some more comments. That's quite a bad line of storms up north. Will it hit Indiana at all? No, I think the timing on this thing is going to have it kind of fizzle out by time it's heading into Indiana. We should see it fizzle out pretty soon, actually, so we're going to have to keep an eye on it as it's kind of at its last stage here of life. It was a little bit worse earlier today, so it's already starting to weaken quite a bit. Very hot in Missouri. Yeah, it's really hot everywhere in the south right now, southeast at least. What do you use to live stream? When I go live, I get a lot of buffering. Well, I use, and there's a lot of buffering on mine too, usually, but I just use the Google Hangouts. So it's kind of like the lower quality one, but it usually works the fastest, in my opinion. But yeah, if anybody has any questions, this could be more like a Q&A as well. I'm perfectly open to answering any questions during this video. So if you have any questions you always wanted to ask, I don't go live a lot anymore. So if you did want to ask anything, now would be your time probably. I'm going to go ahead and switch back here to Wisconsin. This always acts up. There you go. All right. And it should take a second, but we should get our radar back. The radial data, which is the NextRad, which is really, really high quality. Are the storms going to make it across Michigan? No, I wouldn't say they make it across, at least at the strength that they're at right now. It is not hot, not too hot in Pennsylvania. That storm line in Wisconsin may re-intensify and head into Michigan. It's possible. The model data had it weakening at some point in Wisconsin, but a lot of different things could take place that could change the outcome of everything at this point. So let's go ahead and we'll turn on local storm reports so we can kind of see what's happening here. See all sorts of wind reports here. Thunderstorm wind gust of 47 miles per hour down there in Boscobel, Wisconsin, as well as wind damage there in Clayton County, another one in Clayton County as well. So we had a big gust roll through there. Here in Fayette County, Iowa, we also had a 41 mile per hour gust, and we also see some reports of hail behind this. No hail falling as of right now, as far as I know, but earlier in this storm, we did have some hail falling. Lots of damaging wind reports in there. All of those blues are damaging winds. How did you cut your lip? Better get better soon. Thank you. I don't really know how I cut it, but I just hate when I get cuts in my mouth because I love to eat and I love to talk. So it kind of holds me back in those two areas. In New Hampshire, I don't know if New Hampshire is expecting any thunderstorms at this point. Yeah, severe storms in Maine. I mentioned that a little bit earlier. We were seeing some severe thunderstorm warnings in Maine. It's kind of unique. Look for tornado along that storm line in Wisconsin. Yeah, I think we see a little bit of rotation. I'll take a look at the velocity here. Okay, so we're just seeing a lot of wind at this point. Very, very strong wind, actually. It looks like I can take a look here. I can probe this. Yeah, so that's like 50 miles per hour pretty consistently, which is really crazy. So we're having really strong winds, but I will do storm relative velocity here. That'll be easier to see if it'll work, actually. There we go. It'd be easier to see rotation within this. So even though this is saying rotation, I'm not seeing too much yet. This one, however, we are seeing quite a little bit of contrast there in winds. So I'm going to keep an eye on that area. Let's move to wind shear. Yes, we are seeing quite a bit of rotation right there. I do see a glitch going on right there, so kind of hard to get accurate data. Let's see. We'll move back to reflectivity for a second. But yeah, this cell does look pretty bad right there, as well as this one. A lot of these to the south could start dropping hail at any point with that high DBZ readings that we're getting there. Yeah, I'll move over to Maine in just a second. Why I was just thinking yesterday how I'm ready for winter to come back. Yeah, I know a lot of my viewers are ready for winter to come back. A lot of you actually subscribed from winter time, like when I was doing winter forecasts. So a lot of you are excited for the winter stuff. Don't worry, it's coming again this year. We're going to see a lot of winter forecasts. I hope to make even more videos this winter than I did last winter. I was kind of disappointed with how many videos I was able to make last winter. But I have my new computer now, so no excuses. This one is about 10 times faster at getting videos up than the last one, so I should be able to make a lot more content. So I'm very, very excited for that. We have 65 viewers. Hey guys, how's it going? New viewers, feel welcome to leave any comments. I'll make sure to answer those. This is kind of like a Q&A, but we're also keeping an eye on the severe weather that's going on. Let me know how you think of this radar program, by the way. I'm using WSV3 today. It's $25 a month, but I'm highly considering sticking with it because it just looks really nice and it has a lot of useful data. Also, let me know what you think of the colors because I customized it all in here. So feedback would be greatly appreciated. I'm going to go ahead and move over to Maine real quick. Okay, so we do have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings going on over here in Maine. We'll actually switch over our radial data to here because we do have some interesting things going on, but we will go back to Wisconsin in just a second. Also, we're going to take another look at Montana in just a second. There's a lot going on, so I'm going to try to keep an eye on everything. So let me go over here to Portland, Maine. Beautiful city, by the way. I've been there before. I love all of Maine, basically. Very beautiful state. Oh, wow. So we're actually getting a little bit of a hook echo here, it looks like. So this one, we're going to have to check rotation on this one. Yeah, we're actually seeing quite a bit of rotation within this one. We're going to have to keep a very close eye on this. If I move back the time, I can see if it's getting worse or better. Yeah, I can't tell with that little amount of time, but wow, we're actually seeing quite the little hook echo right here. That's the importance of using the NextRad radar, like the one that I just switched from, because this obviously is way lower quality when I use the national radar. And you can't really see those features like this little hook, and that's really crucial for figuring out how bad a storm's going to be. But this one has some pretty decent rotation. I would not be surprised if we see this one get tornado warned in just a little bit. Nothing on the ground yet. This would be the tool to use, correlation coefficient. When you see the lower values in this, that's how you know there's damage being actually taking place on the ground. A little bit of lower values could mean hail, but you kind of know when it's, you know, tree-sized objects. You can tell the size of the things that are in the air. We're going to go ahead and switch radar sites once more to near Holton, Maine, so that we can see these 2 cells right here that are right next to each other. So we'll see that in just a second. Love the informative videos. Thank you so much for them. Thank you so much, Jerry. Looks good. Thank you. Well, I'm in South Central Kentucky. Will there be any storms? I'll take a look in just a second for you. Wow, Maine has some tornadoes forming. Yeah, it does look like there's the possibility for some tornadoes here in just a second. We're doing coverage for the huge cold front coming this weekend in the Northeast. I could possibly do that if you guys would like that. People in Maine need to pay attention to weather radio. Yeah, they do. At this point, we are seeing the potential here for some tornadic activity in just a second, as these storms look pretty bad as far as rotation is concerned. So we're going to have to keep a very close eye on that. Thank you, Jen, for the $5 donation. I really appreciate it. Just as a reminder, anybody can hit that. It should be a little icon on the bottom right. If you feel inclined to donate any amount of money, I would greatly appreciate it, as this is kind of like work hours for me, so I'm not working right now, obviously. So it would just help me do it in the future. Yeah, lots of storms yesterday in Middle Tennessee, but they were rain and just lots of lightning. On last Friday, we got an EF0 type wind gusts with a severe thunderstorm warning. Interesting. I don't know why this radar is not loading. I don't know if there's something wrong with the site. I'll go back to National Radar just so we can see what's happening at least. Actually, we should move on to take another look at Montana here. I want to see if this is going to load it. I don't know why. I love this program, but it always starts to act up a little bit, and that's really aggravating. But we do have a severe thunderstorm heading into Helena. There you go. So, yeah, there's not really a radar site close enough for us to really see what's going on here. But if I read this here, it says there's 1 inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So we do have quite a bit of hail activity. Yep, there you go. So we can see, according to this tool, you can kind of see the size of the hail. If I use this, so we have about 0.8 inch diameter hail right there, just north of Boulder, and it's heading towards Helena, Montana. So if you're in that area by any chance, I don't think I have very many viewers from Montana, but if you do happen to be there, be on the lookout for that. It looks like we also have a little bit of hail going on down south as well. I can also take a look at radar here. Yeah, so we do have some hail going on with these cells right now, which is not surprising. The National Weather Service was calling for that to happen, so no surprise there. We're going to try Maine one last time here in northern Maine. I really am curious about what's going on here, but it's not loading properly, which is really aggravating. Oh, there we go. Okay, sweet. Chicago, will we get hit by that system to the north, or will we get missed yet again? I don't think you'll get missed, but I think it'll be weakened by the time it hits you guys. Please inform viewers to seek shelter if near that storm with good rotation. Yeah, if you are in the area of this cell right here, this particular cell, I'll switch once more. It's located right near Chisholm, Maine, Wilton as well, Rumford, but it's heading, and you can see the rotations being picked up now at this point. We can see it's heading towards Winthrop, it looks like, in Augusta and Gardner. So if you're in those areas, make sure to stay very alert and be prepared to take shelter as a storm approaches. If you're in Chisholm or anywhere just south of there, I would take shelter now just as a precaution there, because this does look like a system that could become tornadic at any point here. So we're going to switch back to Holton here. And taking a better look at these storms, see if any of these look like they have rotation in them. This one looks like it's getting a little bit of a hook, but I wouldn't say this one is tornadic by any means yet. Actually, it does look like it has some pretty decent rotation going on, so we'll have to see how this one develops, because it doesn't look half bad at this point. And we'll take another look at our hail product here just to see if there is any hail, and it looks like there is, actually, according to this. 1.3 inch hail for Maine right now, this is saying, and sometimes this isn't so accurate, but this is in, what county is this? It's not telling me what county it is, but if you're north of this lake, it's kind of, I'm not even going to try to say that, but it's north, I guess I will, north of Millinocket, Maine. So just to your northwest, we have some hail cells up there. So stay alert for that if you are in that area. Again, I'd be very surprised if you were in that area, because it's kind of a rural area there. We're going to head back to Wisconsin here, because we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning going on, heading towards Portage and Madison, Wisconsin. So if you are in those areas, be alert that there is a severe thunderstorm on the way, actually, for you guys. We're seeing a little area of rotation as well in there, so we're going to have to keep a very close eye on that. Let's see. Is it PayPal? Yeah, I think you have to have a PayPal account set up with your YouTube account. I believe that's how it works. But I'm not quite sure. Line of severe storms heading into Helena. Yeah. Jen, not sure how to use that. I'm from northern Wyoming and appreciate the coverage of Montana. You're very welcome. I made sure to cover Montana just in case there's one person who cares or is actually from Montana. And it looks like there is. So I'm very happy to hear that that was useful information for you. This is an awesome radar program. What is it called? WSV3? Yeah, that's what it's called, WSV3. You can search it up. It's $25 a month, and it's kind of complex. So I would make sure you know kind of how to use programs like this before you invest in it, but it is a really cool program. EF0 wind range from like 65 to 85. We got 80 mile per hour wind gusts. Nice. Possibly tornado on the ground in Maine. I wouldn't say yet. Jerry, super easy to get started. It walks you through, and once you've done it, once it remembers you. Oh, yeah, with the super chat. Maine is golf ball size in woolen knit kit. Maine? I butchered that. Possibly, yeah. North of Columbus in Ohio. We will take a look after we take an updated look here at Wisconsin. A lot of these pinks showing up, that's over 56 dBz, which means we're seeing really heavy amounts of precipitation coming down at this point. In this severe thunderstorm warning, we're seeing 7.75 inch hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts. It does look like it's weakening a little bit here at this point. To the north, though, it's looking better than ever. I want to take a look for possible rotation once again. This is the only bit of rotation I see that looks like anything worth noting right in here. I don't like the looks of this one. I wouldn't say it's tornadic at this point. Looks like possibly, I want to take a look at the hail product again. Yeah, so we are seeing all sorts of hail within this line in all these blues and oranges and reds. That's where hail is possibly falling. So north of Columbus, okay, well, we will switch our radar site to somewhere in Ohio here. Well, I don't know how far north of Columbus you meant. So we'll have to take a look here. I think this might have been what you were talking about. That's severe warned, so that is pretty bad right there. I don't know about just north of. Yeah, I'm looking at Ohio right now, by the way. Somebody just mentioned Ohio. Northern Maine is wild right now. Yeah, we have a lot of thunderstorms developing there that look quite uncharacteristic of Maine. So it's really interesting. Sometimes it helps to just turn this off and back on real quick. There we go. Seeing something here. Yeah, I don't know why the level 2 is having so much trouble. There you go. Yeah, we have all sorts of thunderstorms popping up right now. Pittsburgh getting some really bad cells, it looks like, and just north of you. And even near Greenville and Franklin, Pennsylvania. But this severe cell right here, just to the east of Canton, looks to be one of the worst in the area. Though a lot of these look equally as bad, in my opinion. But yeah, north of Columbus in this area, we're also seeing really bad thunderstorms just south of Cleveland as well. Going to take another look at Maine because I want to keep a very close eye on this one south of Farmington, right near Chisholm. Yeah, so it looks like rotation is possibly not quite as bad, but we are still seeing it there. So we're going to have to keep a very close eye on this one. Yeah. could possibly see something in the next couple minutes start to take place. I don't know at this point. Yeah, usually I personally look for things to start to be in the green or blue range before I'm like, okay, there might be a tornado on the ground. Yellows don't really qualify, in my opinion. That's more of a sign of hail than anything. So not looking like we have anything on the ground at this point. There's a lot of little pop-up thunderstorms starting up here for Maine all of a sudden. All over the place right now. So we're seeing rapid storm development here for Maine at this point. Let me go ahead and switch to level 3. I don't know why 3 is so much faster. I think because it's lower quality, but it's gonna have to work for now because can't deal with the lagginess. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, downtown Pittsburgh just got a severe thunder warning. That can't be right. There you go. Yeah, so I believe it. I'd say there's probably 1-inch hail within that and some downbursts happening at this point. Take another look at Maine. Okay, so Montana. We have a hail report here, so that's almost a 1-inch hail report right there. It's going to be hard to even take a look at this cell because it's so far away, but we'll certainly try. Yeah, so we got some hail going on over in this area. I'm going to switch once more to our main area of concern here in Wisconsin. Still have our severe thunderstorm warning and all sorts of little areas of rotation taking place here. So we're going to have to keep a really close eye on this. Yeah, it looks like there's little bits of rotation showing up where you see the green and red. Green and red. I don't know what this one's all about. And then also, can't get it right. There you go. Green and red right here over Adams. This is kind of where it's looking pretty dangerous at this point. Gotta go take care. We'll chat later. Thank you, Von Vomit. Yeah, Wisconsin really is bowing out at this point. And we're really seeing the effects of that on wind currently. We're seeing lots and lots of wind at this point, particularly along the bow, as you mentioned. Seeing lots of damaging wind possible at this point. Again, if you're new to the stream, you can go ahead and hit the super chat if you feel so inclined at any point. That should be on your bottom right of the chat. That's only if you have your credit card set up with your YouTube account, I believe. I don't really know exactly how it works. One person in here did donate and mentioned how it works, but I'm not really sure how to set it up if you don't have it set up already. But I do appreciate all donations, obviously, as I'm going to continue to cover the severe weather here for quite a bit. But we're mostly looking at Wisconsin right now. We have a big line of thunderstorms, but we're seeing severe weather within Montana, also in Pennsylvania and Ohio, and then up there in Maine as well. Looks like we have a new one in Tennessee as well. There's just severe weather popping up everywhere right now. Yeah, there's absolutely just thunderstorms everywhere. Hail popping up here near McMinnville, Tennessee. So all sorts of stuff going on right now. It's overwhelming to try to keep track of all of this. Oh, we have one in Florida too. Better take a look. I want to switch back to level 2 because it's just so much better. Seeing a lot of those pinks and blues, that's kind of where we're seeing the hail show up at this point. So right along the coastline here of the lake, I don't think there's too big of a town being affected. anywhere here, but it's just to the west of Indiantown, Florida. That's where we're seeing that. Lots of thunderstorms developing down here in Florida. Hail is just popping up all over the place. And take another look here at Maine once more. At our Chisholm cell here. Yeah, I think the rotation is starting to weaken by this point as I keep saying that, and then the velocity just looks really good, in my opinion. But on reflectivity here, it just looks to not be quite as defined as it was earlier. All sorts of cells showing up to our north, though. As I mentioned before, it's this site that never wants to load the level 2. Unless it will this time. There you go. Yeah, so all sorts of cells showing up. Even northern Maine, very unusual to have this strong of thunderstorms showing up for this area, but we have little pop-up cells everywhere. Lots of hail probably going on by this point. Not getting any reports, well, because nobody lives here. So there would be if this was a highly populated area. I'm in Maine right now. Somebody asked what state I was looking at right now. I'm going to go ahead and look at this cell just near Charlestown, Maryland, Inwood, Martinsburg, this area. We do have a cell. It's quite intense. We just had a damaging wind gust of 61 miles per hour, so probably wind being the main concern with that one. This one's kind of awkward because it's right in between radars. All sorts of little rotation indicators showing up all over the place right now. Yeah, all sorts of rotation. But this cell looks to be weakening for the most part. It looked a lot more defined earlier. You can see a lot of the greens kind of infiltrating all these cells right here as they're starting to become multicellular. This is kind of like the beginning of the end for this cell. We're seeing that take place, it looks like, as of right now. It's hard to take a look at Montana because there's no radar site even close to what we're trying to look at. So I'll take one look at Alabama here, as I haven't done that yet. Interstate 65 in Tennessee. All right, got you. South of Nashville. I got you. You can correct me if you wanted it to be north of Nashville for some reason, but let me switch to level 3 real quick. As level 2 does not want to load today. This is aggravating. Well, we'll look at national radar then. Yeah, so we have some cells popping up just to the west of the interstate near Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, Minor Hill, and just to the west of Cornersville in Linville, Tennessee. We have some little cells popping up, as well as south of the border in Huntsville, Alabama. We have one. But right here near McMinnville, Tennessee, we have a really big cell going on. But Nashville looks to be in the clear. Maybe some showers popping up as of right now. But besides that, looking all good. What software do I use? I use WSV3. You can search it up on Google. And it's $25 a month to get a subscription, but you will get a 15-day free trial if you download it today. So you'll be able to use it for free. Anybody has any further questions about the severe weather going on right now? You can go ahead and ask it. Any questions? This could, again, I mentioned this earlier in the stream, this could be more like a Q&A while we're kind of not seeing anything take place, anything new take place. Gonna go ahead and take a look at this cell that's heading towards Frederick, Maryland, and you can see we do have some. It looks like some hail taking place here. 65-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Yeah, we do have quite a bit of hail taking place here in Maryland as of right now. Oh, look at this Pittsburgh cell. Yeah, just south of Pittsburgh, it looks like we're seeing some hail take place as well. Yeah, Garrison, I think you're going to beat the storms out, hopefully. I think you should be in the clear. You're heading north? If you're heading north, you should be good, but if you're heading south, I think you're heading right towards the storms. As this cell looks less and less tornadic as we move on. If anybody else has any areas they want me to take a look at in the meantime, you can go ahead and mention that, and I'd be happy to do that for you guys. We have a severe thunderstorm going on south of Albuquerque right now. We'll take a look at that. Yeah, Garrison, you should be in the clear then. Yeah, these cells look really bad here in New Mexico. Near Belen, New Mexico, heading towards Interstate 25. Take a look at the hail size. Yeah, so we have some 1-inch hail easily for all of these red areas. So looking really intense at this point. Yeah, all sorts of hail. Little hail icons showing up. All of those green little things are little hail areas where the radar is picking up the potential for hail. So you see there's a lot going on. I will take a look at Chicago for you. I don't think anything has moved into the Chicago area quite yet. Hey, Javen Chase, what's going on, man? Again, you can always hit the super chat icon at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen if you feel so inclined. If I said anything that was helpful to you, you can always do that. And even if you don't feel like donating, I would recommend setting up your I don't know how you set it up, but I'd recommend setting it up just in case in the future you are ever watching somebody else's live stream and you do want to donate. I would highly recommend setting that up. Trying to switch to Chicago radar. Here we go. We're seeing something. All right, yeah. So we do have what looks to be a severe thunderstorm watch here. I don't know when this was issued, but it's for Iowa, and I think it's for these cells right here, as they're not looking too good right now. Looking, yeah, really intense. I'll switch to Davenport here. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning just to the north of that one, near Barabo and Madison, Wisconsin, heading towards that area at least, and that's some straight line winds is the main concern. Down here in Monticello, Iowa, the biggest concern is hail, as we have some 1-inch hail being reported, 1.5-inch hail, according to radar, as I have the hiccups right now. So if I sound weird at all, that's because I have the hiccups. I don't know why. Also, some 1.75-inch hail right here near Central City, Iowa. Again, this cell is looking to be thankfully weakening quite a bit. Again, the green infiltrating into the red is usually a sign of weakening. We do have a lot of hail being reported in a lot of straight line winds, so this thing has been really eating it up, tearing Wisconsin up as it's heading across Interstate 39 by this point. To the north here, we're still looking pretty strong, but to the south here, luckily, it looks like we've weakened quite a bit. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning right here from these cells that are going to be moving across the interstate into Oxford, into Westfield, and into Monticello, Wisconsin. And these ones look to really bring some hail for you guys, I believe. We're switching to level 2. Yikes, the program looks to be messing up. Hopefully it doesn't crash. I clicked it like 3 too many times, I think. Okay, well, we're going to try to reload up the program. There you go, showing my face. Face reveal. You guys have rarely seen my face, so this is a special occasion as I have to restart the program. So I don't usually have braids in my hair. My mom wanted to do that, I might mention. I usually do have a bun, though, so I don't know if that's better or worse. So I'm going to try to get this program loaded up once again. Clarksville, Tennessee. Might take a second. Just got to fully close down the program. I really messed it up, I think. All right. Here we go. All right, we have the program loaded back up, so goodbye. That is probably the last time anybody on this YouTube channel will see my face for a very long time. We're going to go ahead and head back to WSV3. There we go. So let's see here. For some reason, it's like in black and white. It looks really weird. There we go. See if we can get these. Oh, I got to reset everything. Great. Okay. Now if we can just get the radar to pop up. Oh, there you go. That's probably why I had it turned off. It might have something to do with it. All right, yeah. So these cells right here look pretty bad. The ones heading across the highway into Coloma, Westfield, Oxford, Monticello, heading towards Watoma, Nesh. I don't know why Wisconsin names are like this. But yeah, we're going to see that cross over. And I think, what were we trying to do? Look at the estimated hail size. I don't think that was very accurate. I don't know what that was. So yeah, we do see some hail cells right here. So be aware if you happen to be on Interstate 39 and watching a YouTube stream as you're driving, be aware that could possibly affect your travel. Jackson, Mississippi has some sort of severe weather event going on, a pretty big one at that. So we're going to go ahead and take a look. It's going to also affect Canton, Mississippi, Ridgeland, Florence, Polkville, Morton, Flora. All of you could possibly be affected by these severe thunderstorms, and they don't look too bad as far as hail is concerned. I will look at the velocity, though, and it looks like we do have some strong straight line wind. So I would say that's the biggest concern for this one. But if I look at the mean estimated hail size, we do have a few select little hail cells in there. I don't know why they made this severe thunderstorm warning so massive, but I guess they just wanted to be safe rather than sorry, instead of just making a bunch of little ones. Let's look at the comments for just a second. I hope your stream goes well, Direct Weather. Good luck, and keep up with the weather always. Yes, that's what I plan on doing. So, crap, I think the storm in McMinnville is coming to where I live. Pretty sure I'm seeing large hail. Which one was the McMinnville one again? So I'm going to refresh the page. Yeah, that is actually, I was going to mention that gust front right there looks pretty well defined, and that should really lead to some gusty winds. We can look at the velocity on that too. Yeah. Gust fronts are always very fun, but it only looks to be about 10 to 20 mile per hour winds, some 40 mile per hour winds showing up in here. But yeah, so 20, 20, 20, 20. Yeah. So we do have some wind within that gust front. Sometimes those can be a lot stronger than that. So I think we're going to get off lucky if that's pretty accurate there. But that's a really well-defined gust front, like he said, out in front of that. And that's heading towards Jackson. It's actually located right over Ridgelands right now, so you're probably feeling that. I would say that it probably is for the gust front, but we do have these hail little hail areas right there, and that's probably why they made it so wide, though, is just to cover that main area of that gust front, just in case they got some gusty winds. So it looks like up to 40 mile per hour winds within that gust front. So I would say, yeah. Will Interstate 65 see any hail south of Nashville? Just wanted to know. Can you name? Oh, I forgot you're traveling on the highway. I was going to say name a city, but I will take a little look here. If it'll load. Yeah, so south of Columbia in Spring Hill, Tennessee, looks like they will see hail. But if you're traveling north of there, I think you're going to be traveling faster than the storms if you're heading towards Nashville. But they might arrive in Nashville later. I don't know if that's your destination or what, but eventually they will head north. Let's see. Looks like the storms in. Ooh. What do we have here? Looks like Montana's starting to pick up things quite a little bit. Yeah. Really starting to get a line of thunderstorms here. Boy, did that develop fast. Where's the severe weather today? We've been seeing some severe weather in Maine, Montana, Iowa, Wisconsin, Tennessee, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Ohio, and areas of Alabama and Mississippi as well. Also, Florida was seeing some thunderstorms earlier that were quite severe. We also saw one in New Mexico. Lots of cells along this line bringing damaging hail. We did have I want to see if I can get this to load. It might not want to. Well, here's our actual categorical risk, and you can see we have an enhanced risk here for Montana north of Bozeman and Billings, up into Lewiston, Great Falls, Havre, is that how you say that? Malta, Glasgow, Poplar, and Jordan. Those areas are seeing an enhanced risk of severe weather. So along Interstate 15 here as well, a big stretch of that, north of Boulder and Helena, we're seeing severe thunderstorms with damaging hail possible within that. I did want to look at the probability for hail. You can see we have a moderate risk at hail within this area. So that was a very accurate call by the National Weather Service, actually, because right along this is where the hail is starting to develop. So I'd say that was a really good call by them. So I want to take a look at each of these individual little cells here. Take a look at the estimated hail size. Looks like we have 1.75 inch hail in that one. And then just a 0.75 inch hail in that one. Up to your north a little bit, we have a 1 inch hail area and then one with just half an inch of hail. But either way, we're seeing hail pop up all over the place within this severe thunderstorm watch that just took place for Montana. We are going to go ahead and move back into Wisconsin, though. If it'll load. Oh, I'm on the hail one. That's probably why. Selectivity. Well, we just got a severe thunderstorm watch for Chicago up north in through Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So that's going to be interesting to see play out, as we should see severe thunderstorms continue as they approach the lake. I'm going to try to get EF or level 2 to load here. So we still have these really bad cells just north of Oxford. Again, crossing over the highway. Coloma is starting to get those really bad right now. As well as south of Stevens Point, we're getting some of those pinks and purples showing up. We do have a few bad cells here, one near Mount Horeb, and then one near Darlington and Argyle. Is that how you say that? Argyle. We also have one in here, I think. Yes, this one's in Iowa, just near Cedar Rapids in Anomosa. This one also has quite a bit of hail. That's south of Monticello. So we do have a lot of cells for this area in Wisconsin and Iowa. Linville, I'm passing through. Hopefully hail stops, maybe. I'm ready for fall already. Is that bad? LOL, I hate this humidity. That's actually not very uncommon. 99 Wolves Racing. New watch. Yeah, are you talking about the one there in Wisconsin? I did see that pop up. Looks like we have a new severe thunderstorm warning right here near Washington, D.C. I wish there was a radar site that wasn't like directly on top of this. It's right near Chantilly and Reston, Virginia, heading towards Washington, D.C. Oh, yeah, that's quite the little cell, but it does look like it has some hail in it and also 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Let's see if we can get any data from the mean estimated hail size. Yeah, so we're getting a little bit there. It doesn't look like too much. Just south of Alexandria, looks like to be quite a bit worse as we have a half-inch hail core right there. Looking for any new warnings. One right here for McDonald, Pennsylvania, heading towards Pittsburgh. Let's see. Let's see if I can just let it load for a second. There we go. So, yeah, we are seeing quite a bit of hail within these. I did want to look at reflectivity too. Oh, yeah, this one looks pretty bad as well. Right near McDonald, Pennsylvania, and Midway. Oakdale, Burgettstown just got past this one. So that one's going to be heading towards just south of Pittsburgh in the coming minutes. All sorts of thunderstorms popping up everywhere right now. Just south of Cleveland is looking pretty bad right now as well. For Worcester, Millersburg, Loudonville, Hayesville, Ashland, Savannah, Shelby, Mansfield, all of you are looking to get some severe thunderstorms as of right now. I'm going to take another look at Tennessee here per request. Looks like the severe thunderstorm warning is gone. We'll take one more quick look here at Tennessee. If it'll load. Should load in just a second. There you go. Yeah, so again, if you're north of Lewisburg, you should be fine. Not a lot has changed there. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning that I'm seeing that is heading towards Louisiana. It's in Mississippi, though. I want to switch to level 2. Yeah, so we do have quite a bit of hail taking place right here as well. Heading towards Venado, I guess that's how you say that. Angie, Franklinton, Bogalusa maybe. We do have what looks to be hail course heading your way. Yep, quite a bit of hail. So that looks to be the theme for today. Lots of hail going on. Trying to get this to load in. I wish it loaded a lot faster. Again, if you're new to the stream or new to the channel, you can always feel free to subscribe. I do streams like this. I'm going to try to do them more frequently. I do seasonal forecasts, all sorts of forecasts. I try to make daily videos as well on what's happening in the U.S. weather at the time or on that day. Also, feel free to leave a donation if you feel so inclined. It should be on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen or right about where you type comments. You can leave any size donation, and I would appreciate it. So we're seeing all sorts of tornado warnings like I said before, or severe thunderstorm warnings, not tornado warnings. All sorts of hail cores. They have moved over the highway now. So you just felt this one in Westfield, probably storming really bad, as well as Coloma. And now that's heading towards the opposite side of Interstate 39. And it's going to be crossing over this portion of Interstate 94 very soon as well. And Interstate 90 as well. Interstate 24. Which interstate is Interstate 24? I don't know where that one is. But I guess it's Tennessee. All sorts of severe weather going on right now in the United States. If you are watching from anywhere that's being affected by thunderstorms right now, and you'd like to mention it, I can take a look real quick. I'm about to end this stream actually because it's getting pretty close to dinner time here, and our viewership has been dropping. So I think everybody has kind of seen a lot of coverage at this point. If there is thunderstorms heading your way, just be prepared and take cover if you have to. Just have a plan ready because some of these storms could be quite bad as far as damaging winds and tornadoes are concerned. Even though tornadoes aren't really the biggest concern of today, they're always possible. So you always want to be on the lookout. Ashton, what kind of computer do you have? I just want to know if my computer is strong enough to support something like this. It's a Dell. And I think it's their, I forget what series it was, but it's basically like the newest Dell. It's 12 gigabytes of RAM. It has a Ryzen 5 AMD processor, and then it has Radeon graphics card. That's all I know. So. Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Am I just not seeing it, or is it kind of a small town? If there's a bigger town near you, can you mention it? It would be easier for me to find. Do you think that the storm in Wisconsin will make it to Milwaukee? East of Janesville? Looking for Janesville. Well, I don't know where Janesville is, but I can tell you that I do think the storms will survive to Milwaukee. I don't think they'll be quite as bad by that point, but I do think that there will be thunderstorms hitting. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. It's been a pleasure to be able to hang out with you guys and look at the developing thunderstorms. Again, if you're in Wisconsin, if you're in Ohio, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, D.C., Maine, Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, or even New Mexico or Montana, be on the lookout for these thunderstorms as they are very dangerous today. Keep your car safe if you have a garage. Keep your car in the garage, obviously. That'll obviously lessen the chance of hail damage to your car. Also, just have a plan ready just in case you do receive some damaging wind or a tornado. I recommend always having a plan ready, but if you don't have one yet, I would highly recommend now being the time just because, things look to be pretty immediate, and things can change on a dime, and you won't have time to plan it out in some circumstances. Anyway, guys, it's been great live streaming with you guys, and I hope that if you haven't subscribed, I hope that you do consider subscribing, and I hope to see you back on the channel. Have a great day, guys.